Hey there. Do you feel like this guy burning cash? Are you a business owner who's spending money on marketing? The owners that I talk to, they're spending 1,000, 1,500, 2, 3, 5,000 a month on ads or some kind of marketing spend and not getting the return on investment. They get leads here and there. Leads don't answer. They ghost them when they start a conversation. It takes a ton of time and energy to follow up. So, what owners are doing is they're spending their nights and weekends trying to get their calendars filled with appointments so that they could make sales, right? That's what I'm here to help. So, let's think about this. There's a leaky bucket where you're spending money on ads, but there's delays when somebody comes through the door. You might be busy on a job. It might be after hours. It might be nights and weekends. It could be you're at your kid's baseball game and you're getting calls or texts or DMs and not able to answer. Those are leads that are walking out the door. A lot of my clients, an average lead is worth $3,500. Not sure what it is to you. Like, let's think about that for a second. Do you actually know to the dollar how much revenue you lost last month because a lead texted you while you were driving, or you were on another job, or you just didn't see the message? Maybe it was nights and weekends. Take a second and think about that number. Like, how many leads came in last month that didn't convert? And then what's your average conversion? Multiply that out, and that's how much money that the business lost last month. So, I mean, you've got 70% of wasted ad spend, right? Like, if you're spending a bunch of money on ads and you're not converting them, that money is gone, especially if they're just sitting there. There's a lot of research on this. It only takes 5 minutes to lose a lead. Think about the last time that you searched for a business online and you tried to call them or text them and message them and you didn't get a response. You probably went to the next business and did the same thing, called and texted until you got somebody on the phone who could solve your problem. So if you don't get back to a lead instantly, you're going to lose that lead. So, break, just a little bit about me. My name is Joseph Porto. I've been in technology for 25 years. I've scaled companies to $100 million before. I've had 70 people working in a company for me, all in technology, software development, networking, engineering, all of that. I've tried a whole bunch of CRMs. I've tried call centers, virtual assistants. Uh, None of that was consistent, right? The issue is always the same. They were humans who either didn't show up to work, didn't follow up on time, they were not available 24/7. So I got tired of that, and I built a system that I called Lead Master AI. It's fully automated. It works across multiple channels. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's proven and deployed. We've worked with 75 different businesses, and our client results speak for themselves. You can, I'm sure you're on the website, so you can see a few of our key testimonials. But what LeadMaster is it's really a lead to sales engine. It's not software that you have to learn. You don't have to go figure out how to set it up. You don't have to learn how to connect all the buttons. That's what we're here for. We build it, and it's a sales engine. What it does primarily is it responds to every lead within 4 seconds across all the different channels. If a lead texts you, they DM you on your socials. If it's an email, a web chat, if it's a phone call, they're getting answered. Then the AI assistant actually follows up until it gets an answer back from that lead. It engages in a conversation, then tries to qualify the lead, and then it books the lead in for a call or a job, depending on what you're doing, if you're busy doing something else, right? You don't need a ton of training. You don't need to hire a lot of people. No headaches. Um, a lot of your competitors are manually chasing leads, which is good news for you. But that's going to be changing here soon. I'm sure you have heard a thing called AI, which is probably why you're on this page in the first place. And a lot of folks are moving over to AI-based tools to get ahead of this, and it's important that you do too. So let's think about this for a second. If you said, all right, you know what, I want to respond to my leads as soon as possible, within 5 seconds, within a minute, during the day, how much would you have to pay a human? Like 4K a month, 5K a month? What about nights and weekends too, if you wanted to include that? So if you wanted a human for 24/7, $18,000 a month, right? Right? Like, let's think about that. 24 hours in a day times 30 hours times $25 an hour is 25 or is $18,000. Now that's kind of crazy, right? Like you'd never pay somebody 18 grand to sit there in a month, and you'd probably go find some call center type of service, which a lot of you are doing and have done in the past because that's all that was available. But what ends up happening is, we all know it. You get on the phone and you get connected to somebody overseas who obviously isn't in the same location, obviously doesn't know anything about the business, and is a glorified note taker, right? It's just, yes, I'm going to get your name and your phone number and leave a message to the business owner. Great. Well, that's as good as they can answer the phone. That's as good as they're not taking breaks, right? Like that's as good as their accent, like all of these problems. And if you compare that to a machine or to AI can do this same job for you, but it does it at 50 cents an hour when you do the math, which is a lot more cost effective, and which is why you're seeing a lot of people now move to this kind of technology. So let's talk about how it works. We kind of have a 4-second rule, right? As soon as a lead comes into the ecosystem, doesn't matter if they've come in from website, DM, text message, email, chat on the website, website form, a phone call, they get a response immediately. We generally are sending a text message and an email response to the lead. Some of our more advanced folks are actually calling the leads using AI, so that way we're not missing any opportunities. Relentless pursuit. So then AI is basically following up until they buy or tell them to stop, right? Like, and all of this is configurable, but history proves that most leads need 5 to 7 touch points before they convert, which means somebody might send a message or submit a website form saying I'm interested, but then they get busy, they get distracted, and they need email and text reminders that they may not even see. So if you quit after the first one, that lead is now gone. Well, the gatekeeper. Once somebody actually answers, then AI is pre-qualifying them. They're filtering out the tire kickers, right? Like we're figuring out all of the information you need to know about a lead before you get on the phone. And then AI is actually booking that lead for you on a calendar that's connected to your calendar, right? So this is completely hands off. You're not trying to text somebody at the grocery line saying, "Hey, would you like to have that call?" Completely hands off. It even auto reschedules people that don't show up to calls. There's a whole bunch of feature and functionality behind that. But don't take my word for it. These are real results. Like we've worked with 50 businesses. Actually, we're up to 75 now. Here are two that I wanted to highlight, two different business cases. One was an HVAC company, Crystal HVAC. They actually went through and had 200 appointments made by the system in 2 months. They had a deal connected with Lowe's hardware store where people came in and signed up and said, "Hey, I want a new air conditioner or furnace. Please give me a call, give me an estimate," that kind of thing. So they had a ton of leads with people doing this at Home Depot. They would fill out the information and then they wouldn't answer the phone. So they thought they were dead leads. Well, I asked them for the list of those leads and said, "Hey, why don't we revive those leads? Because what's a new AC and furnace job worth to you?" Well, it depends on what the customer asks for, right? But that could be $10,000, it could be $15,000 job. If it was just maintenance plans, maybe a lot less. But just in those 2 months, they were able to recover $50K from those leads that they thought were just dead. They were just sitting in a folder on their computer. Because we put the system out, we put outreach again, we responded to people as soon as they answered, we kept engaging that list until they did answer, and then we were able to get them booked onto sales calls. My Rent Solution, a very similar thing, just a different industry, right? Real estate industry, where this was a real estate agent who had a dream and a vision to connect people that were looking for rental properties with mortgage lenders to automatically figure out, "Hey, I know you're looking for a rental property, but you actually qualify for a mortgage. Let me see if we can get you pre-qualified, and then we could actually purchase a house instead of you paying for rentals." So she was able to then have a system that would bring people in, automate their credit score and lookups, move people to mortgage lenders or real estate agents once they were pre-qualified. If they weren't able to get a mortgage, then work them towards credit repair and debt relief specialists, all within an automated CRM that we built for her. So ask yourself here, how many leads are sitting in your CRM or email or spreadsheet or sticky notes right now that were from 3 months ago or a few months ago, and you just kind of gave up on them because they stopped replying or your sales team stopped calling them, right? What if only 5% of them were actually ready to buy and they just needed that extra nudge or that extra text message or that extra email? Very easy to turn AI loose on that list to revive them. So this system obviously pays for itself, right? You've got the old way where people are spending money on ads. Let's say it's 3K, and they're spending a bunch of time, either their time or a sales assistant's time, where 30 hours a week is going to just trying to follow up with leads, right? Getting into your DMs, getting into your emails, going back to your text messages, responding, rescheduling, and 70% of them are getting lost, which is frustrating. The lead master way, you still have your ad spend, you're still spending money on ads, but now you're not taking any time, right? The AI is actually talking to all of those leads. They're getting contacted at 100% and they're getting follow up and engaged. So now you're actually converting more of those leads than had you how you were in the past. So we could do the math, right? So if you're spending like 80 hours a month chasing leads, that's 20 hours a week, right? So if you've got folks that are spending maybe half time, quarter time, if it's your time, let's say it's $100 an hour that you want to value your time at, that's 8K of value, where you can really pass that off to a machine so that you're not wasting that time. Even just closing one extra deal, like a 5K deal or a 10K deal, depending on what kind of deals you have in your business, pay for a system like this for the whole year. So it's kind of a no brainer, and I'm happy to go through that with you over a call and talk about return on investment. Let's see. So what do you actually get? First and foremost, you get freedom, right? You get your time back. You're not dropping everything to chase leads. You're not stressed with, oh, did I get back to Sally? I forgot I got this text message and I was on a job for 2 or 3 hours and now I called them back and they don't answer. Or I did get connected to him and he said, oh, I called the next guy and he's already on his way. So you get your time back, you get more revenue, you get more sales because you're actually converting the leads that you have instead of them just sort of falling to the floor. You actually get better leads because now you're not wasting your time with people that aren't qualified for whatever it is you do, right? So if you're a realtor and you don't want to talk to people that are not pre-qualified yet, you can have AI figure that out, tell them, go get pre-qualified, here's links, here's phone numbers, like talk them through the journey automatically without you spending the time to do that. 24/7, huge, right? Especially if you're a service-based business where you want to be able to answer leads nights and weekends, but you don't want to have a staff on call that you have to pay to do that. Just recently, I had a heating problem. I called a local heat and air conditioning company. Call went to a voicemail, right? And it was like, oh, now I have to leave a voicemail and wait for somebody to come and talk to me, but my heat is broken and it's 20 degrees out. So guess what I did? I called the next company who answered the phone. Yeah, full calendar, right? That's the other piece here. Keeping your lead pipeline solid, keeping you booked for sales calls so that you actually have a chance to convert, and a competitive edge. Like people are just starting to get onto this AI bandwagon. So the sooner you get there and out in front of them, the better that you are in your local area. So we want to make sure we take advantage of that. Now, we only take on about 5 new partners a month. And the reason is I'm trying not to be a big software company. I'm a boutique partner and I like to go deep with my clients. I only take on 5 clients a month because everything is customized to your business. We don't just send you some turnkey software and say, good luck, figure it out. Like we completely customize it to your business. We have a team there ready to support you. You work directly with me. I don't pass you off to anyone on my team. So you're working with me who's got 25 years of experience in tech. I've run 3 businesses right now. I've run businesses for many years, so very experienced in both business and technology. So you're going to be working with me on that as we draft out your strategy for how do you do this marketing thing, how do you do this sales thing, and how do you convert more leads, which gives your business more revenue, right? On the guarantee side, I have a no contract, no risk. Like if you don't see value, I don't lock people into long contracts. You just stop. You cancel anytime. We do the setup in the first month and launch. We have dedicated support. It's not a ticketing system or anything like that. Like we have people that will actually answer you. And then if you're not getting results from the system within 30 days, once it's live, we will work for free, right? Like we can keep it up and running. We'll make sure that the system is working the way that we had designed it and that we had all agreed on. And if it's not, we'll keep going until we get it right. So a very firm believer in delivering quality. So I think, let's get on a call. Let's resurrect your dead leads. If you've got past leads and you want to try to give them a revival, like we were talking about with Crystal HVAC, we want to get some of those leads and convert them. If you've got new live leads coming into the system, you're doing, let's say, Facebook or Instagram, or you're buying leads from different services, all of those can come into the system. And then we'll make sure that we action it as we talked about before. So if you're ready to stop losing leads, this is the time, right? So all you need to do at this point is book a call with me. We are going to plan out for your business the right direction, what you need to do. Just to give you an idea what a call like that looks like, I ask you questions about your business. What do you do? Where are you located? What kind of inbound lead sources do you have right now? Do you have a website? Do you have a Google business profile? Are you doing Facebook and Instagram organically? Are you doing paid ads? Are you doing email campaigns? Like we talk about all your marketing sources. We talk about your team and your structure. Are you a one-man show, or do you have a team of sales folks? How are you reaching out to leads today? And then we kind of design how we would build the system for you, and we'll go over all the options. We have a few different options depending on what kind of tier you need. If you only need websites with AI chat widgets, we have that. If you need the AI to be able to answer inbound calls 24/7, we have that. We also have AI assistants that do everything that I had talked about, which is the full 9 yards. It's the answering the text, the DMs, the emails, the chat widgets, the phones. It's a full CRM, so you can keep track of all the leads and see where they're at in the life cycle. So I think next steps really are just, there's a button below this video, book your strategy call with me, and let's get going so that we can make your business some money. Talk soon.